Government 2305, American Federal Government, Module 1.03, Self-Rule, Democracy or Representation. Self-rule is the idea that legitimate government flows from the people. As we've seen in previous modules, there are two distinct types of self-rule: a pure or direct democracy versus a representative republic. While these two types of self-rule are not mutually exclusive, we will be examining them from separate theoretical perspectives in order to get a better understanding of how they work. For our purposes, we will define a democracy as a government in which citizens rule directly and make governmental decisions for themselves. This can be done in two ways: the referendum, which is an election in which citizens vote directly on an issue, and an initiative, which is a process in which citizens propose new laws or amendments and vote on them directly. Another side of self-rule is the republic. A republic is a government in which citizens rule indirectly and permit elected representatives to make decisions on their behalf. But remember, I said in the previous slide that democracies and republics are not mutually exclusive. That is because most governments today are not a direct democracy or a pure democracy. They are mixed systems. For instance, the United States is a democratic republic. This means our governmental system includes elements of both a direct democracy and a republic. This is especially true in examining government at the state and local levels. The ideas of self-rule and limited government often come into conflict with each other. This has especially been seen in the past 2 decades of American history. The idea of self-rule says that the winning party should be able to put their policies into place, and in a democracy, this means that the majority rules. But as Franklin Roosevelt observed, democracy, the practice of self-government, is a covenant among free men to respect the rights and liberties of their fellows. This means that even in a government of self-rule, there must be constraints upon the actions of the government and those of the citizens who find themselves in the majority. In the Federalist Papers, James Madison writes that the real threat to a government is the tyranny of the majority, meaning that there must be limits on the power of the majority and of the governments themselves in order to accommodate the needs and rights of the minority. This is the greatest source of internal conflict in any form of self-rule. Where are the boundaries drawn? What should the limits be? This is why governments have written constitutions as well as separate branches of government, as we will see later. Remember, limited government is a principle that believes that government should not meddle in private lives. So it is designed to be difficult for elected officials to follow through on promises until all sides of a matter can be heard, either through the official proceedings of the government or through external factors such as petition and protest. As Ronald Reagan said, "I hope we once again have reminded people that man is not free unless government is limited." There is a clear cause and effect here that is neat and predictable, as is law and physics. As government expands, liberty contracts. So let's review. Self-rule is a powerful idea guiding American government. As Abraham Lincoln best described it in his Gettysburg Address, government of the people, by the people, for the people. There are 2 chief pathways to government by the people: democracy and republic. Remember that these pathways are not mutually exclusive. Americans have always sought to balance these ideals. The question faced even today is, how much power should government have, and how much power should the people have?